Hello, Carew and Nikki, as the case may be. So I made a list of the things you talked about, Carew. I just watched your video. It is Valentine's Day, the evening of Valentine's Day, and you started your last video talking about Valentine's Day. Taryn, do you know what Valentine's Day is?
Yeah.
What is it? You're not prepared to give a dissertation on Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, needless to say, I did nothing for my wife for Valentine's Day. I am disdainful of the very idea of Valentine's Day. I don't know that I've ever done anything for Sarah for Valentine's Day. Even given her a card with a naked woman with a fish on her head. Moving on to workouts. I don't have a goal for working. My goal for working out is to be healthy and to feel better about myself and be able to play frisbee golf or play ultimate frisbee if somebody stops me in the park and wants me to play ultimate frisbee. And I feel like I can kind of do that at this point. Although it would be interesting to look and see if there are any things I would be interested in participating in. There is a soccer tournament, the Plus Cup, in the summer, which I could work towards, I suppose. No plans, though. You raised the issue of the hardwood, and I was going to talk about that, but I think I'm not going to in present company. Because I was going to extend your analogy. But I think it's probably not appropriate at this moment. So we'll move on. Again, going to Minnesota in April. I'll talk to Sarah about dates. And you talked about, I suspect later in April is going to be better for me. So I'm looking at my calendar on my computer here. And March, come on. April, I guess maybe the last weekend in April would be a good time. The 28th and the 29th would be a good time to go. Yes, Tara?
Don't forget to let me say still that.
I won't forget that. Let's talk about the 28th and 29th. Maybe me coming to visit on something like I could come on the 26th. Go home on the 30th, something like that, or whatever, come on the 27th, come home on the 30th, or fly out on the 28th and come home on the 29th. I don't care. Whatever works for you. I'll have to look at airfares. I think if you stay, there's one night of the week that you have to stay over the weekend, I think, to get the lower rate, but I don't think that'll be a problem. Anyway, I should look at airfares as well. Music room to laundry. Yes, actually, so it's interesting. When Linda was here, earlier in the remodel, she was looking at the laundry and going, "Oh, we just can't do that. Can you be careful with that, please? And don't do crazy stuff with it. Just hold it like you would hold an instrument." See, this is my ukulele. This is a very nice ukulele. It's all solid mahogany. And it was kind of expensive. And so I want Taryn to be a little careful with it and not be flailing it like a hatchet. Okay? So it's okay, you can hold it, but be careful. It's not the end of the world, but, music room, yes. So when Linda was here, she actually suggested that maybe we should... we could, like you said, you talked about turning that porch into a room, but she was like, why don't you just cut out basically a tiny area in that wall and just push the washer and dryer back so they would be flush, and then you could have bifold doors there and open them up and have the washer and dryer sitting right there with just a little alcove essentially built out there directly off the living room that they went into. And that, I thought, was kind of a cool idea. I think your idea of converting this room, the music room, into a laundry room. What do you think, Taryn? you like it as a music room?
Yeah.
See, Taryn says no. Take that. But I think it's probably not a bad idea if we were going to sell the house sometime in the future. And yes, in fact, this room is directly under the bathroom upstairs. So, so probably getting water. There's probably water and sewer in the walls here already. And we could probably do a laundry chute. So it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal to actually do that because the plumbing probably comes over here anyway. So that's an interesting thought. I think we have a natural gas dryer, so we'd have to move the gas plumbing, but I don't know if that's that big a deal either. Anyway, let's see, what else we got here? Bryn, you talked about our respective children and how Duncan's going to play his saxophone on street corners in Portland, and that's his life plan. Which, by the way, I think is no sarcasm at all here. I think that's a great life plan at this stage. I think that's awesome. I wish my kids would do that. But no, they're not doing that. So Bryn is actually graduating with a worthless degree in history and a minor in Spanish and a year of Latin, which she spends all of her time sitting around memorizing verbs for. Are you popping my head? Don't make me come over there. And so, yeah, but so what she's got lined up actually, so she's been working, I think you knew this, at the History Museum on the Whitman campus. And as a freshman, she got a job there as a student curator because somebody we know here in Pendleton was an adjunct faculty up there, and she knew Bryn, and she recommended Bryn for this position, and so the museum hired her. This year, she is the supervisor of all the student curators, and you need to be really careful, okay? Yeah. She's the supervisor of all the student curators this year, and the museum director supposedly has secured funding to create a deputy director position, and she wants to hire Bryn to do that. And it would be a half-time position, maybe half-time, three-quarter time position. Bryn is really excited about that because she likes doing that work, and she doesn't feel like she needs a lot of money to live at this point, and she's going to live with her roommates. Thank you. You hand that to me just for fun?
I handed it to you.
Okay. So anyway, Taryn's dancing. Anyway, sorry. This is taking longer than I expected because there's certain distractions in the room. So anyway, yes, so her plan is to work, however, 3/4 time and live with her current two roommates, Eleanor and Cassandra, and they have signed a lease on a house for next year, and they are going to just do that as long as they're happy doing that. So, yeah, that's cool. You essentially, in not so many words, said my dad, or in more words, said my dad is a cheapskate. To which I say, you, my friend. Yes. Exactly. So, you know, what can I say? He's my dad. He wouldn't come visit us if it weren't for tax avoidance purposes. By the way, anyone out there, FBI, you know, law enforcement watching this, my father's name is Harold Rampart. He lives in Everett, Washington. Go get him. Let's see. Intercalary days in the past. That was an excellent explanation, crew. Very good. Thank you for clarifying that. I didn't know all that stuff. Oh, you talked about doing the trim. And actually what I was thinking is I will give you a quick tour. Oh, yeah, here. Just go ahead, keep doing that. I'll give you a quick tour of what's been going on. I'm going to hang up this this lovely instrument first. So this is yes, the music room here. You can see, and actually, I wanted to show you something. I'm gonna spend a little time at some point here, make a video. I've got all these little instruments up here, and I'm not sure you can tell what they are, but this right here is a glockenspiel. This is a melodica. This is a thumb piano, which is really cool. Whoops, you can't see it. This is what's called a tambourine, yeah. This was from a Mayan, we got this at a Mayan ruin in Belize, and it's breaking, it's a rattle. Over here I have another little thumb piano that I've used in the past. This right here is my favorite instrument of all, and it's my Yamaha fife, which is like a flute. And I just think I love playing that thing. And I got a couple of recorders and some shaker eggs and a mouth harp there. So, but someday I will show all those instruments and what they do. So, here we are. Taryn has...
Dad?
Yes?
Where's the on button?
The red one. You can just push that one. Yes, go ahead. You can play that. Yeah, there you go. Once you turn it down just a little bit, while I'm making a video. There you go. The other way. Other way. So we're looking out, obviously. Oops, here we go. Go ahead, try again. That's good. So this is, obviously, what's happened here is today Ron put in that light over the washing machine. All these lights are working now, which they were before. Over here, though, you can see that now all of the appliances are in and everything's fully functional. We've been actually using the kitchen as it is meant to be used. The dishwasher's in and fully functional. The range is fully functional. The microwave. Sorry, Nikki, we don't rate multiple ranges and other giant hood vents or whatever. We're actually really excited because previously there was a vent over our range, and the range was actually right here where the sink is, and it didn't vent outside, and now this actually vents outside. Ron has put the vent to go outside, which we are thrilled with. The other thing that's happened is Ron actually has purchased the trim, and he has what he believes is going to be the majority of the trim. He's going to stain it and using the same stain that he used on the beams, so we're excited about that. He also has purchased a door to put in the bathroom, and as you said, the bathroom, it will be interesting to see when it's done. It looks like Sarah bought a towel rack too, which will go in there. But the big thing is the sink, which is sitting outside, and I suppose he'll get to that when he gets to it. But this door, actually, he's just going to put in the frame, and then we're going to use, we've got another door similar to these ones. This door here and this door here. These old doors that I really like, and they've got these cool knobs with all this intricate work on them, and on the latch itself as well. And actually, these ones has even the intricate work right there on the I don't know what you call that, but I like that. The door hole, yes. So, yeah, all that stuff is going well. And, okay, Taryn, I've got a couple more things I want to finish up talking about here. So that's a tour of what's going on. And hopefully the trim will be done soon. And that's, Karoo is what you know, if I were doing it, well, so, you talk about how long it's going to take you to do all your trim. Let me just say that, there I was picking up a rubber band from my hair. Doing the trim, if I were doing it myself, it would never get done. That's basically the fact. So that's where I stand. Last thing, you asked about the meaning of the word monetize. Monetize is a very common word used in the digital world, and obviously, quite obviously, it means to take some activity that you're already participating in an online forum and somehow make money off of it. And so, for instance, Sarah has a blog that she blogs 3 times a week, and she doesn't make any money directly off of her blog. And she was talking to me about how she would like to, she uses the blog as a kind of a giant database for all of her notes and research for her historical stuff. And she was thinking that she would like to monetize that in some way. And so she was putting links to her books more apparently in different places. Anyway, that would be monetized. Come here, Taryn. You, my friend, are wound up. You must have eaten a lot of sugar today. In which case, I should squeeze you until you are...
Squeak.
I didn't say you squeak, but actually I was thinking that there was a phrase that you wanted to say because I'm done with this video.
Oh, yes. Still dead.
So, we will see you later. Until then...
Still dead.
What was that?
Still dead.